You guys are watching Sergio's Secrets. Before I get started with today's video, if you can please give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe button. It really means a lot to me and it helps out the channel. And also I'm posting a video every single day until the end of July, so go ahead and subscribe so you never miss any one of my uploads. And what do we think about my new backdrop, guys? Do we love it? Do we hate it? Usually I have my handbags acá atrás, but I thought it would be really nice to change it up, so I actually got these mannequins for $10 each, guys. I got them offered, so I paid 10, 20, 30. I paid $30, $30 for all these three mannequins. Then I decided to put some of my top favorite outfits that I usually wear or items that I really like looking at. And so yeah, so I have these mannequins here, so let me know your thoughts. Do you like them or do you not like them? My handbag wall, from time to time I think I will be doing kind of this backdrop just to kind of change it up, and I will also be changing up the mannequins as well. That's like fun because I feel like I can dress for myself and then I can dress for all my mannequins because they're all kind of the same size that I wear, like a 4 to 8 depending on the brand. So all the clothing really fits to all the mannequins, so I'm so excited about that. And also there's a lot of great sales going around. So the YSL sale started, the Burberry outlet sale started, Key is having buy one get one free on glasses. So I also post some of the greatest sell links that are out there and that I personally think is worth the money. So if you're ever interested of what the 411 is on deals, always check the description boxes. It always changes from video to video, and I usually put the links like an hour or two before the video, so they're like very current links. So if you are watching from like the first couple of days, most likely a lot of those items are still available, or you can participate in getting such a great deal on designer and contemporary items. But other than that, yeah, vamos a comenzar con el video. So today we're going to be talking about why ultimately at the end of the day, why I prefer contemporary items versus designer. Do not get me wrong, I love me a good designer item, a designer handbag, a designer sunglass, designer shoes, designer clothing. But for me and my lifestyle, I find that contemporary items works a lot more, and the price point and the, you know, the afterlife of the item, and why, you know, I don't really buy a lot of fast fashion, but I also don't buy too much designer, and I kind of have the happy medium with kind of contemporary clothing. So let's go ahead and get started, and I would love to hear your thoughts and your opinions on this video. This is definitely something different on my channel. So I will be talking about bolsas y accesorios, but I also want to talk a little bit about more clothes. I don't really talk a lot about clothes on my channel, so if you do want me to talk more about kind of clothes and style, definitely let me know down below, because that's something que puedo hacer para ustedes. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get started and name some of the reasons why and kind of my thought processes. So one of the main reasons why I always preferred contemporary over designer, or kind of even fast fashion in general, is for me is I can justify the price points. You know what I mean? When I go into Zara, and I'm going to be really honest, a lot of the items that I buy from Zara always disintegrates, never really holds up. Like I bought shoes from Zara, like I've only worn 3 times and the zipper breaks or it gets stuck. Where blazers, you know, they just don't hold up. Pants, and they don't wash well, shrinkage, or they rips. Like for me, like I'm going to be really honest, a lot of Zara items don't hold up for me, and I find that Zara is very overpriced. And for me, I rather go to TJ Maxx, Nordstrom Rack, Saks Off Fifth, or even the full price department stores and kind of get something that I will love and appreciate a lot more. Because for me, every single time I buy something from Zara or kind of very fast fashion stores, they don't really last on me. And when I buy items, I want to have them for a while and I want to love them, especially if I'm going to be using them a lot. And even that goes also for designer items. A lot of designer items, you know, I do really like, but at the end of the day, they're very expensive items. And for me, I definitely have to budget my money, so I have to pick and choose the items que quiero comprar. And for me, I feel very comfortable buying items in the contemporary price point. It's a little bit more than fast fashion, it's a little bit less than designer, and for me it's the happy medium, especially cuando los compras en especiales. So I will be honest, about 90% of my items that are contemporary, or 85, I have gotten on sale anywhere from 50 to 95% off. I always try to get a good deal on contemporary clothing, and some of my favorite stores where I get a lot of those sales are, like I said, TJ Maxx. That's probably my #1 where I get a lot of my favorite contemporary brands, you know, on the actual manufacturer's websites, Nordstrom Rack, Off Fifth, or just kind of like even like on Poshmark, I will find great deals if it's something specifically that I'm looking for. But I always try to find everything on sale and for a reasonable, decent price point. That's why I always put great links down below, because some of you guys don't have the time or you don't know what to look for, so I always have the links down for you down below. But for me, I'm comfortable with the price point, especially if it's on sale. And for me, that's what I really like, is that I can get a high quality items. For example, this shirt right here is from Vince. I usually wear black t-shirts all the time, and I wanted to change it up, so I bought this black Vince top. Retails for $145. It is a full price style. It is black. It has this beautiful zipper right here. You know, I think it's a great alternative than to wearing the, you know, black classic t-shirt. I just feel like this is something a little bit different. The sleeves are nice and pretty. They kind of have that very elevated contemporary look. It's not too long, it's not too short. It fits me perfectly, and I paid $40 from it from TJ Maxx. So I feel like something like this, you know, I got it for such a great price that I can wear a lot of times and I can get so much wear out of, and it's something that I felt like I put my money into something great. If I bought something like this in the designer realm, let's say from St. John, Lafayette 148, Tom Ford, Thoreau, you know, Brunello Cucinelli, something like this will cost you easily $600 or $700 or $800. Even if it's on sale, it'll be $300 or $200. And for me, I just don't really want to do that. Yes, I do want high quality items and I do want stuff to last, but at the end of the day, clothing, you do wear quite a lot, especially if it's a core item. You always tend to reach for it. So I always kind of want to find that happy medium price point where it is a nice high quality item, but it's not overly overpriced or overly expensive. It still gives me opportunity to buy other items, if you know what I mean. So that's why I personally really like to buy contemporary items, especially on sale, because I feel like I'm not buying something that I can only wear for one season. Like this, something like this from Zara would easily cost the same price, $40, even $50. And if I buy it, it'll probably disintegrate after a season. I'm gonna be really honest. Almost every single item that I've ever had from Zara, maybe like one, except from a few exceptions from like 2 or 3 pieces, don't even last me the full season. Something always happens. The button rips off, the zipper doesn't zip. That's actually probably the main one. A lot of zippers from Zara aren't the best quality, and for me, the items just don't hold up. So for me, I just love the contemporary price point and the quality and the kind of feel of it, because for me, I think that's what is very, very realistic, and that's what works for me. And I can be very, very edited in the pieces that I have, and I can mix and match. So if you ever see me in person, or if you ever look on my Instagram or what I wear throughout my Instagram stories or throughout my videos, I tend to wear the same thing or the thing in different rotations. So it may be like any one of these blazers, but you know, I may have a white button up, I may have a tank top under it, I may have a white shirt or a black shirt, or you know, I may have like a little hood dicky insert. Like it always is very similar, but it's always kind of a different items, you know what I mean? So I could wear this black blazer with so many different items, because I find that a lot of contemporary clothing doesn't really have a logo, it doesn't have it plastered, it is definitely not all over the place. So I'm going to be giving you a list of some of my favorite, absolutely favorite contemporary brands that I always tend to reach for, and I always get asked, Sergio, what are your to-go brands? So I usually, the first 3 are honestly the ones that I have the most, or maybe the first 4, and the other ones I do kind of have pieces from. So if you already know, my favorite brand in general that I always reach for clothing is probably Vince. This top is from Vince. I have a lot of sweaters from Vince. I have a lot of tops, a lot of bottoms. Vince is probably one of my absolute favorite brands that I have high quality, clean cut basics. I've had Vince trousers from high school that I still reach for, and every time I take them to the dry cleaners and I get them back, they literally look brand new, like I bought them from the store. It is also one of my favorite brands. I don't have as much Theory as Vince, just because Theory sizing is a little bit off. Very unisex. My style is very androgynous, so a lot of the items are men's or women's, but regardless of what they are, it has kind of that androgynous kind of look to it. I like that very clean cut unisex look. That's what works for me, and that's what I like. But yeah, I don't have as much Theory, but I do like Theory. And the third brand is Veronica Beard. So all these blazers that you see behind me, so this is the classic Veronica Beard Dickie. I have this gray one, I have this plaid one. For me, Veronica Beard, if you ever see me in a blazer, 9 times out of 10 it is a Veronica Beard. I have Veronica Beard trousers and a lot of these little Dickie inserts, meaning that you can take this little hoodie off and I can put that into any of the other items that I tend to wear. As far as third pieces, isn't a leather jacket, isn't, you know, a hoodie. It is usually my third piece is a blazer, and they all tend to come from Veronica Beard, just because I love the looks, I like the feel, I like the way they hold up. So Veronica Beard is definitely one of the favorite brands that I love to reach for. And if you go on my Instagram, you always see that I always tend to wear Veronica Beard blazers from time to time to time because they're really great. I've gotten some for 20% off, and I've gotten some even up to like 90% off. So this gray one I got from Nordstrom Rack. It retails for $700. I got it for 90% off, and I got it for 70 bucks. This one I got it from, I think, Nordstrom Rack as well. I got it for maybe 60% off, 65. It was still a little bit pricey, but I've always wanted a clean cut plaid one, and something like that from Zara was like $150. So I thought paying like $50 or I think $70 more for something that I can have season after season, I decided to go for it. And then I have the classic Veronica Beard Scuba, which never goes on sale, but for whatever reason on Nordstrom's website it went 40% off, and I've been wanting this blazer for such a long time, and like I said, it never goes on sale, and I got it for $360 from $600, but it is an item that I've always been wanting, and that I know, like, I was planning to purchase it full price if it didn't go on sale, that I will always reach for it and that I will always have in my collection. So I do love Vince, Theory, Veronica Beard. I'm a big fan of Hugo Boss as well. I don't, like I said, I don't really like the ones that say Hugo Boss or anything. I like them to look very clean and very minimal, and I'll explain that why in a second. I also like, for my denim, I'm a big fan of Mother jeans. I've recently been into more Mother jeans, but now in part of my rotations I tend to be Mother jeans now. I used to be a big AG girl, a big Girlfriend denim, and you know, other brands, but right now I'm very into Mother denim. They hold up really well. They have a nice stretch but still hold up pretty well. I also like Anina Bing. Anina Bing's also a new designer that I've kind of recently started buying from this year. I have a couple pieces from her and they tend to hold up pretty well. What I like about the contemporary look is that, like I said, everything mixes and matches. Nothing really has a logo, but you can tell everything is high quality, that they hold up really well, that you can bring out season after season after season, and that, you know, if you get the right pieces and if you get more kind of the clean and minimal, which is my style in general, you can have those items from season and season and they don't really look dated. So for me, what I like about contemporary clothing is that I can get them for a good price if they go on sale, and they mix and match and they don't look necessarily dated. I can have, you know, I have some Vince sweaters that I have for 4 or 5 years, or like those Vince trousers that they still make for full price, and I can always reach and reach and reach and reach for them, and I don't ever feel like I'm dated. I don't ever feel like I have to keep up. I just have my clean cut classic items and I'm rolling and I'm good, and when I wake up in the morning I never feel like anything's out of style, that you know, I have to donate this or I have to get rid of this. You know, I do have those trendy pieces, but I do like to have my very core items that mixes and matches and goes with everything. And like I said, I like a lot of my clothing to not have too much branding nowadays. Back in the day I did, you know, like a logo, and you know, I still wear, you know, like a Balenciaga t-shirt or a Gucci t-shirt and stuff like that, but I don't wear it as much, and I prefer, like I said, the contemporary look. For me, that's why I kind of prefer the contemporary items. Like I said, I don't really like to be too logoed out, too showing off. Like I said, like this top, black pants, maybe like a little sleek minimal, maybe a nice handbag. Maybe since I'm wearing a silver hardware, I may wear, you know, my Chanel flat bag, or I can wear my All Saints crossbody, and you know, I still look very classic. I look very sophisticated, but I'm not overkill. And I also noticed that my taste is very different than people my age. Usually people my age are, you know, are wearing all logoed out, or like all Nike everything, or you know, just very kind of out there, very loud items, or very printed. For me, I'm just not that person. Even from a younger age, when I could start picking my own clothing, I started being super edited and super clean, and I want to make sure that when I put my hard-earned money into something, that I will get the ultimate volume. That doesn't mean I don't buy monogram items, because I do have monogram items in my collection, but I always make sure when I wear something, I wear it in a tastefully respectable, non-juvenile way, and I find that contemporary clothing gives me that look, and especially when I can get it on sale, and when I get it on sale, that's a price point that I'm very comfortable with spending on. And like I said, usually the price points that I get a lot of contemporary items are the price point of regular price items from Zara or from other fast fashion stores. So for me, I find that it's kind of the same price, but I'm getting something, you know, A, that not a lot of people have, and B, that's a little bit more higher quality, that for me will hold up a lot better. Also, I want to talk about the secondary life. So a lot of these items that are more contemporary hold up a lot better. They're usually better quality, better materials, better kind of dyes, better fibers. So for me, I find that you can give an item a second lifetime. So if I were to buy a blazer from H&M, we're just having an honest conversation aquí, and let's say I gave it to my friend, and let's say I try to sell it online or I try to donate it, most likely no one's really gonna want that plaid blazer because it may not be the best quality, it may have had a little bit of wear and tear, versus if I were to buy something like this one from Veronica Beard, when I decide to give it away to one of my friends or donate it or sell it, people are more inclined to purchase it. A, because it's a high quality item. People like some of my older clothes and they wore it and they gave it to somebody else, or I have some friends that give me some of their contemporary items that they haven't worn in a while. They decide to give it to me and I wear it, and like I said, I've given those items to somebody else. So what I like about contemporary items that they can always have more than more, since usually they're made higher quality. For me, I find that they are more easier to pass on and people will still want them, especially if you pick it in a nice and kind of edited and core way. This makes kind of sense for you guys. I kind of see where I'm coming from, because I also get asked why I kind of always tend to wear more contemporary clothing. I get asked why I don't really shop at Zara and like other brands like that. Don't get me wrong, like I have shopped on them. You can look on my beginning of my channel. I have videos shopping from those stores, but for me, I've just been wanting to have items that, because for me the thing is, I would always buy items that were on sale or full price, and I would buy like, let's say, a full outfit, and that only those items go together. And then for me, I could only wear that outfit, and I would just have so many mismatch and so much different things that didn't work. And for me, I find that having a very clear, crisp, clean wardrobe makes everything goes, everything kind of looks timeless. I don't have to feel like I have to keep up with everybody, keep up with this trend, keep up with that trend. Like I said, I do incorporate trends from time to time, and you know, I may pick up one kind of trend piece maybe once a month or once every 2 months for clothing. But for the most part, I love having a clean core edited wardrobe, because I find that everything goes with each other, and when I wake up every single morning, I know what to wear. You know, if I don't know what to wear, I know I need to wear a blazer, a simple shirt under it, some jeans or trousers, a sneaker or a bootie, and I'm out the door. I'm already dressed up for the day. So for me, I just like that it just kind of goes and it's simple and I'm out the door, and you don't have to worry about logos or clashing or anything like that. If I wake up late one day, girl, I can just go to my closet, change in like 5 seconds, put on a pair of shoes, a handbag, and I am literally out the door, and I don't have to think about twice if anything goes, because everything kind of mixes and matches for the most part. And I also feel like, you know, once you start getting into more designer price point, you kind of question more of, is it really worth it for me? So some of my favorite designer brands that I would love to own pieces from in the future, but just right now I don't think it's realistic, it's not something that I want to spend, are like, I really like Max Mara clothing. I think they make very incredible suits, but those are very, very expensive. I'm thinking about buying like a pre-loved one, because you can get a lot of great deals on pre-loved Max Mara. I also really like the aesthetic of the Row, the Olsen's Twins line. I love everything. I love the crisp and minimal. You have to know what it is. If I were to able to afford any type of brand of clothing in this entire world, it'd probably be clothing from the Row. Brunello Cucinelli, I like Tom Ford, I like Alaya, and those are some of my brands that I like, and if I can afford, or if I kind of really want to, those are kind of brands that I would go for, that would kind of match my aesthetic and kind of match the brands that I'm already wearing right now. It's easy, you know, you put this outfit on, sneaker, handbag, I'm out the door, everything goes. And I also wanted to talk about some of my favorite contemporary brands for sunglasses, soft accessories, shoes, and handbags. So if you already know, I love Ray-Bans. I think Ray-Bans never go out of style, you guys. You can have a pair of Ray-Bans for many years. You can, you know, you can look back, you know, when my grandpa passed away, I was looking throughout his room and I was finding items, and he had a lot of clean and core classic Ray-Bans that used to be, when they were used to made in the US, I believe, instead of Italy. He had a lot of those, and they were like classic aviators that never go out of style. So I think with Ray-Bans you can never go wrong with. I also really like Coach items. I love my Coach Cassie 19 and my Coach Cassie. Those are some of my favorite bags in my collection. Very crisp and clean. I like Coach's items that aren't necessarily monogrammed too much. I would do a monogram item, but right now I kind of like the items that I do have from Coach that are just very crisp, clean, and minimal. I like Tory Burch a lot. I have a lot of her. I have a pair of shoes, this little cute handbag here. I have from Toy Birch as well. I do like her items. They do go with my lifestyle. I like Longchamp as well. I've just been getting into a lot more Longchamps. I purchased this beautiful blue bag right here from Last Call by Neiman Marcus for $50. I will be doing a haul later on this week, but like I just also added the classic Longchamp Le Pliage, and so I do really like Longchamp. I think it's very high quality and you get really good bang for your buck, and the items hold up incredibly well. For shoes, I love Asia's. I've been having a couple of their sneakers. They're a really great price point. They hold up. The rubber, they're made in Brazil. I have nothing wrong to say about them. I also really like Marc Jacobs items. I like more of their handbags and accessories, a little bit more than the ready to wear. As far as like jewelry, I really like Michelle watches. Now these can go very expensive, but from time to time you can get good deals on it. So I have this very classic Michelle watch that will never go out of style. That's kind of in that kind of contemporary price point in brands. It's not expensive like an Omega. It's not expensive as a Cartier or like a Rolex or something like that, but you do get something that you can wear every day that will hold up. And people have Michelle watches in their collections for 10 plus years, 20 years, and every time the battery dies or something happens, they rewear it, and Michelle watches never go out of style. So let me talk about, but I'm missing a lot of accessory brands as well. I decided to just show you some of my favorites. And Dagny Dover. Dagny Dover is one of my favorite brands of bags. I have so many items from them. I always talk about my favorite backpack. This is the Dakota Backpack. I put my laptop in here. It's neoprene. Such a good gym bag. Such a good travel bag. I have this one. I have the smaller version. I have the little duffel. I have the belt bag. I just got a new crossbody. The makeup bag. Like, I love Dagny Dover items. They hold up really well. And they kind of have that kind of edited very look. And when you see people that wear Dagny Dover, you kind of have to know what it is because it's not sold at a lot of places, and they're a really great price point. And I've had that backpack for almost 2 years and it literally looks brand new, like I got it from the store. I think that's what works. And your thoughts and your opinions on it. Like I said, don't get me wrong, I do love designer items a lot, but like I said, I find that it makes more sense for me to have contemporary items because, like I said, all the reasons that I listed, it goes well. I feel like when you get the right items, they never really go out of style. I never feel like I have to keep up with the Joneses. Like, the main reason why is I just want to have stuff when I look into my closet that makes me smile. I want to open my sunglass drawer and see that, oh my god, all these are very kind of clean, classic core that I can go for when I reach a pair of shoes. I never want to think about when I bought them a month before or 6 months before and think about, oh, they look kind of dated. You know, there are stuff that does happen. You know, like for right now, like my Balenciaga sneakers, I'm not really in love with them even though I got them a year ago, but then I have shoes that I have from 2 or 3 years ago that I still wear, that I still love, you know. So there will be those pieces that you are kind of trend that, you know, you may fall out of love with. But for the most part, I want to say 90 or 95% of the items that I buy, I'm very happy, and I know that I can get more 2 or 3 years plus wear out of them if I decide to keep them in my collection. And if I don't love it, I will just get rid of it. But yeah, I would honestly love to hear your thoughts down below. Usually buy more fast fashion, contemporary, or designer, or somewhere in the middle, or a little bit of a mix. Like I said, I buy contemporary items, but for the most part, they tend to be mostly in the kind of fast fashion price point because I usually really like to get a really good deal. I love to go to Ross, Marshalls, Nordstrom Rack, Saks Off 5th, online, eBay, Poshmark, and I always try to find some really great deals on a lot of items that are contemporary that I can get a lot of good and wear use out of. But then there are times where I do buy items full price. So because this is such a quite interesting video, I never usually do videos de ropa mostly. I did talk about a little bit more accessories, but this is more of a clothes. I get asked about my clothes, but for me, like I said, I just like the crisp, clean, minimal items, and the brands that I mentioned are brands that I really love. If you want to see like a blazer collection, if you want to see my favorite pieces from a certain brand, or do like a brand review like Vince, who started brands to the price point, and talk about, you know, everything about a certain brand, definitely let me know down below. I would love to do that, but this is probably going to be one of the first of a few videos that I will be doing on more of my clothing pieces. And I have a video about how to look expensive on any budget. I have a lot of great tips and advice in that video that I made about 3 months ago. I will leave it linked down below. I definitely do think it's worth a watch. And yeah, thank you so much for being on these videos. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Like I said, it's a little bit more of a different video for me, but definitely let me know down below what do you guys think, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for being on these videos. Make sure to check the description box for the videos that I'm linking and the great sell links, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Bye guys, thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.